What's up everybody, and welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be looking at the Spectre Expansion Mod. This mod is similar to the Expanded Galaxy mod, and that its goal is to provide a more immersive feel to Mass Effect 3. The purpose of the Spectre Expansion Mod is to improve the underused Shadow Broker and Spectre terminals, to give the player new difficult choices to consider via Spectre authorizations, to improve the presence of background races in Mass Effect 3, and to expand the galaxy map and provide clues to battles happening beyond the scope of Shepard's missions. Like EGM, this mod changes some things around the galaxy map, but how SEM handles things is by not only adding new clusters, but also adding new systems within those clusters. There's supposed to be 5 new clusters added to the galaxy map, but I've only been able to find 3 of them. I can't find the Homunculus cluster or the Savian Abyssal. I wonder if these 2 systems have been added yet. I'm not sure. But these clusters have their own assignments that can give you some more assets for the war effort. You can also go to Bar Your Frontiers, which has been added back to the Citadel. If you remember them from Mass Effect 2, this is where we bought some star charts to unlock some more clusters. It works the same way here, but instead of entire clusters, you unlock more systems within an already available cluster. So you see how Earth is only reserved to the 8 or 9 planets we're used to? Well, if you buy the local cluster star chart, you open up a couple more systems. Each of these systems are supposed to be based around a planet that is found in the lore of the games, books, comics, and the Cerberus Daily News. These systems will have some text adventures and some assets for you to acquire. The galaxy map also evolves throughout the game. Planets will fall to the Reapers, and they'll get new descriptions when they do. For example, after Thessia falls, the description will change just to show how screwed the planet is. A future addition that the creator has planned is that they will edit the planets so that they change based on your decisions, so your choices will truly matter in the grand scheme of things. The Shadow Broker terminal has been updated, so you now have more emails to read. These messages are from sources like the Bioware blogs back around Mass Effect 3's release, from cut content found in the script files from Mass Effects 1 to 3, and some that the mod creator and their contributors came up with. I love when the mod creators add things that may have slipped through the cracks or were cut and forgotten, but then to add your own content that fits the Mass Effect universe at large, I can appreciate them going the extra mile. The Ghost of Antolene is a new storyline that was added to the game. You can start it by finding a terminal on Surkesh, and it leads you down the road of discovering one of the lesser known alien species in the series, and their connection to the Solarians. The story is told through emails, authorizations, and text adventures. Let's just say if you don't like Dalatrass Lenron, then you're going to absolutely hate her rival Dalatrass. Some unethical, evil shit was going on, and it gives you some insight into how cutthroat Solarian politics can be. The Obelisk of Karza assignment has been improved. Now you can actually explore an archaeological dig site on Copus and find the obelisk yourself. And I really enjoy things like this. I mean, there are no enemies to fight, it's just a simple exploration mission, but just having the ability to go to the planet, instead of simply scanning the planet to acquire the item, it feels more fulfilling. This reminds me of how Mass Effect 2 handled this type of thing, and I welcome it. I wish we got more of this in Mass Effect 3. Story-wise, I understand it, but the assignments feel empty in Mass Effect 3 without the exploration aspect to them. The creator wanted to give the other races, like the Hanar, or Volus, and the Elcor more content. As they tend to get thrown to the wayside compared to the more popular races, it would be difficult to give them their own combat missions, but they can give them some assignments. For example, the Elcor have a mission where on one of their planets, I'm not even going to try to say this, but on this planet, the adult Elcor made a deal with the Reapers to commit suicide in exchange for the safety of the Elcor calves. It seems that the Reapers have upheld their end of the deal, but of course Ambassador Kaywin wants to get the calves off-world as soon as possible. But there's a ton of red tape that's preventing that from happening. You have the choice of authorizing a rescue, and of course I'm gonna authorize a rescue. Kaywin's a nice dude. I'll gladly help him out. I think I mentioned this in the LE3 Diversification Project video, but if you use SEM with Diversification Project, you can meet Shiawa on the Citadel, and if she flirted with you in Mass Effect 2, she'll give you some of that Azure, or Jade in her case. There are some mercenary contracts that you can buy if you don't mind spending a little bit of money. You can buy contracts from Cat 6, Alana's Risk Control Services, remember them from Mass Effect 1? Tiburon Rojo, and Nawanox Security and Enforcement. And each company has their own area of expertise. At the moment, they mainly provide more war assets, but I wonder what else the creator has planned for these guys. This mod also adds a new enemy, the Reaper Tyrant. This hulking, Skeletor looking beast. Its shield isn't just for show. It takes time to take this thing down. And then you have the fact that it has a flamethrower. Combine that with the fact that the other Reapers are taking shots at you at Sanctuary, and it's a challenge, I'll just say that. Lastly, one thing that the creator hates is when companies dumb down their names by reducing the upgrades to a number. So their idea was to change the name of the upgrades so that they feel more immersive, unique. They started with the Metagel upgrades that you could purchase from the Sutter Foundation, so now they each have their own unique name. And I do think the Memriva interface and the Unity VI are unique, especially as they're the more upscale upgrades. Well, that's it for this video, guys. SEM is a great mod to add with other mods like EGM and Diversification project, not only because some aspects rely on having one of them installed to work, but because they complement each other in different ways. But the thing they all have in common is that they add elements to the game to make the game more immersive, all while keeping that Mass Effect feel. I love having more clusters and systems to explore, along with having a new ground level to go to, in the Ghost of Antolene. Now that was a story. I already felt some type of way about Solarian politicians, and this definitely didn't help matters. But I also just respect the details, like changing the map to reflect what is happening around the solar system. Things like that really add a lot to a game. SEM does require EGM to be installed to work, but Diversification project is optional. I'll put a link to it in the description, but I want to thank you all for watching. Feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, or become a channel member, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.
DJ Sonic 3.